Hello, Dr. Elmer, Advanced Neurospinal Solutions. And today we're going to discuss cranial nerve 10 and PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder has become a very broad term used a lot in our society, and I don't want to diminish the incredible impact that it has upon individuals. My son is one that has dealt with that, having come home from 2 tours of Iraq and there are many who suffer from all kinds of different warlike circumstances and we've discussed very quickly how in the past we've discussed how PTSD is actually an inability to rewire to a new environment or to rewire to a new meaning of old things that have happened to us in the past. And that area, particularly within the brain, is within the insular cortex on each side. And it encompasses 5 different areas within the brain. But we'll discuss that a little bit more in the future, a lot more in the future. But what we want to discuss today is the impact upon the brainstem and the brainstem's inability to do its job. We've discussed the dorsal vagus nerve, and it's the freeze system. The freeze system is where the blood pressure goes down, heart rate goes down, and legs go weak. We often call that vasovagal, and so it's a shutdown in the opposite direction of sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system, the blood flow gets choked. Here it gets an overabundance of that blood flow, but not in an appropriate fashion that we can actually do anything. And that's why the legs go weak. And so the brainstem itself, the dorsal motor nucleus of the vagus nerve is the one that creates that freeze system. We used to call it fight, flight, or freeze. Now we've divided it out into the sympathetic nervous system and the dorsal vagus branch. The thing that makes things work, the main thing that makes things go or workable, appropriate for their environment, is the ventral vagus branch. The ventral vagus branch is from the nucleus ambiguus, and it's there to take whichever it's dealing with, sympathetic nervous system drive or the freeze system, which is the vasovagal, like I said before. And so it's trying to make it work. But in terms of PTSD, usually we're not dealing with the freeze portion as much as we are the sympathetic nervous system drive, because things ramp up. But because the ventral vagus nerve is not, or ventral vagus branch is not working the way it should, the modification or modulation of either of those is really tantamount to impossible. So in a reflexive point of view, it's easy for either the fight or flight system to get out of control, or the freeze system, which is a depressive physiology. So you can imagine, and if the brain is not able to overcome the drag of the car, the brainstem and spinal cord, then it will go in a downward spiral for depression. So either way, with PTSD, the fight or flight, I'm getting all ramped up and I'm not modifying it by the ventral vagus branch, or the freeze depressive circumstance where I'm not able to bring that back up because I can't get control of it because the ventral vagal system can't. And then if the brain can't make up the difference, then we spiral into a severe depression. That's why we have so many issues with our vets that are literally taking their own life because they're done. They've had enough. And so the ventral vagus really is the answer on the reflexogenic level, and then the frontal lobe and the insular cortex are the answer within the cortex. So hopefully that gave you some answers, particularly to the vagus nerve and its part to it. Tomorrow we'll be talking a little bit about sleep. It's going to be kind of a teaser because all or part of next month will be about sleep. And so we'll be talking about sleep for quite a bit, about different aspects of sleep. Probably the most important thing that you can do, but also most important recovery that you can get. So if you have any questions, please let us know. We'd love to answer them. And also remember that we're here when you're ready to take your life back. Thank you.